Hello everyone, Purvi Kalyani Purvikanand here. It's 53 minutes past midnight on the 20th of June 2026. This is a selfie video, and you'll know it's a selfie video when you see the tattoo. My tattoo is on my left. Alright, so today I'm making this video as a sort of a reaction video to an episode of the Behaviour Channel. How to tell if someone is lying to you. So in the episode, the four gentlemen, let me say their names, Greg, Mark, Scott and Chase, cover four specific questions and they decipher it, and I thought I'd give my 2 cents. Want to start this off my bit by sharing with you a story I was told, and the moral of the story I was told when I was between 4 to 7 years old was that it was by either my mom or some woman in my family, my grandmom, one of them, that God comes to you in whatever form and you will never know. So what you gonna do? God can come to you in the form of a cockroach. Are you gonna kill it or are you just gonna shoo it away? It can come to you in the form of a dying dog. So what you gonna do? It could come to you in the form of a really angry looking human. What you gonna do? I have moved the most part of my life trusting everything and everybody that came my way. I'm very glad I did, because it got me here. I'm not saying that honesty is the best policy. I would urge you all to go and check out this beautiful song by Depeche Mode called Policy of Truth. Also, please check out my earlier video on predicating on the truth, which was kind of inspired by a lecture by Dr. Jordan Peterson at that point of time, back in 2021-2022. So this is my part 2 of my video of predicating on the truth, as well as I don't know, a review video of the Behaviour Channel. Now, I have had this superpower, let me just say that for lack of another term, of catching people in a lie. And instead of walking away, I felt that it was my staunch duty to do something about it. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I felt that I was in that particular place and time, and I had the superpower, so it was my job to do something about it. It's just I did not know what tools I had, and I didn't know how to use those tools. So I believe I have messed up a lot of situations where I've caught people in a lie. It would have been great if I could have been an advocate. I would have been a judge by now. Seriously. So, how I catch people when they're lying, right? So we need the baseline, and I believe you need a baseline for both the truth as well as a lie. So you need to know when they're lying. A lot of people lie for good reason. Refer to my first video on predicating on the truth. A lot of people lie for good reason. So you need a baseline. Baseline is a bunch of reasons which are coherent. and these are based on values. And values are literally etched in stone or in gold. I don't know. Values are values. So, how I judge the level of a lie, not even a lie, everyone lies. So, how I judge the level and the intention of a lie is when I see what the person does in front of a third person. It's not like I don't catch people's lies when they're talking to me directly or when they're communicating their XYZs to me. It's what I do with my analysis of the situation when there's a third person involved. And then the more you know the person, maybe you want to quit the job because you don't want to report to a person who is just filled with so much shies. Maybe you don't want to live with someone who says something and does something else publicly because it's a matter of your entire future. So, how I find out if someone or to what extent the person is lying is by watching them in the greater public. And you need to be wise enough to understand all the circumstances around it. Like, is there a camera on you? Why are you in the public in the first place? Are you in a local tea shop? Are you in a pub? Are you in a 5-star restaurant? What gives and what takes from the situation? There was a point at the end of the first question where the 4 gentlemen are wondering about how women get sucked into situations where they're manipulated a lot. So I have like a theory. It's based on my experience. It's just one person's experience. However, my experience has been with multiple other human beings and also my assessment of the world at large, media, whatever. So women are big liars. Women are complete liars. And from a biological standpoint, the moment you realize you're a woman, you start to pick up things that other women do or analyze it. The same goes for men. So, I'm from South India, from you can say a middle class family. So, women had to learn women's stuff and men had to learn men's stuff. So, I want to say something else about some dress exchange. I will write an article about it. Yeah, coming back to this. So, women are very good at babying and convincing. It's a maternal DNA. I won't even call it instinct. It is embedded in us. That we mummy something. And when we mummy something, when we speak to it in a very consoling manner, we are caring for it. So I believe a lot of women who have been manipulated were coaxed into believing that they were being cared for, and later on being told they don't deserve it. And that's when the abuse comes in. Abuse comes in so many different ways: physical, mental, social, financial, and a bunch of other words I don't know, right? And why do women stick on? Again, I have a few points here. It's my theory, it's my analysis, it's my experience. So if I upset anyone, I guess I did. Why women stay in abusive relationships? One reason why I stayed in an abusive relationship is because I wanted to learn everything about him so that I could protect other women from him in the future. Another reason why I stayed in an abusive relationship, as the gentleman pointed out, is power. I was not as powerful as him. And if I left him, and this is a different him, and if I left him, I did not know how to take care of myself. Third reason why people stay in an abusive relationship is because, do you know what happens to women who are known to be in a domestic abuse case and they walk in the street, the market, or the grocery store? You would assume that the world is gonna look at them with kind eyes. Oh no, it's a pity party. And there are a group of people who will go and trigger them into becoming Karens in the middle of the street because apparently it's funny. So they much rather deal with an abuse they know that's coming than have to go into the wild. And in fact, if you have an abusive partner, maybe someday your abusive partner is gonna go and abuse the heck out of someone who tried to abuse you without even being with you. If this is coming off strange, if this is coming off emotionless, you guys are strange and emotionless. This is coming from a real part. So it's already longer than I thought this would be. Guys, it's Friday night. I will leave a plug in here. Check out Friday Night Live by NCI University. Check out the Behaviour Panel. It is the most meaningful spend of your time. And please watch these things with a book and a pen. Alright, guys, that's it. Happy weekend.